Hey there, it's James Taylor, founder of Speakers U. Today I'm in Stockholm in Sweden to talk to you about the power of collaboration. This week I've been hanging out with my good friend Frederick Haran, who's a global keynote speaker on creativity, and he also owns his own personal island not far from here. So we've been having a fun few days, just hanging out, eating food together, sharing speaker stories, and also talking about collaboration, different ways to collaborate.
Speaking, it's like you need to be in sync, that's right, with the audience.
You know, where I am just now, I'm actually speaking to you from the Grand Hotel in Stockholm. This is a really famous hotel. This is where the Nobel Prize winners stay when they receive the Nobel Prize. And lots of really famous people, you know, presidents and prime ministers and movie stars have stayed here over the years. It's a wonderful hotel. Yesterday I was at the Nobel Prize Museum. As I was walking around, I noticed how many of these prize winners were winning them, you know, maybe two people were winning them together. They were collaborations. They were winning them as collaborators together. And I often think that's an area that we don't really do enough of as speakers. How we can collaborate so we can create something pretty amazing. So have a think about that just now as a speaker. Ways that you could potentially collaborate with people that you may consider just now to be your competitors. Who are those other speakers that speak on the same topic as you that you could reach out and discuss ideas on how to collaborate? And there are a number of different ways that you can collaborate together as speakers. You know, one of the simplest is, let's say if you get inquiries that come in and sometimes you can't do an inquiry because you're not available to do that, what about just referring that to your competitor speaker and they could do the same for you? Very simple. Another way you could do it is, let's say you work out a deal where maybe the other speaker, 2 months after they give a speech at a particular conference, they can reach out to that conference organizer and say, thanks so much again for having me speaking at your event. You're probably already starting to plan your next event. I'd like to suggest a speaker to you. Let me introduce such and such. That's because, especially if you're a keynote speaker, it's very rare that you're going to get asked to come back to the same conference the next year or even the year after that. So there's an opportunity here for you to refer someone and actually to help out that conference organizer. Now, sometimes I know some speakers, what they'll do is they'll actually do commissions on that. They'll receive a commission for referring someone. In my case, the way I usually think about it is I'm happy to refer someone, and maybe that'll come back in good karma, and they might refer me for something as well. It doesn't matter, you can have commissions, you don't have to commissions, there's no particular way that you have to do it, but I think it's a nice practice to do, to be able to refer someone if you really truly believe in them, that they would be the best person, best speaker for that job. And another area is around content, about co-creating content together. So many of your competitors that speak in the same area, they might speak in the same topic as you, but they come at it from a completely different perspective. So what about co-authoring a book together? What about co-creating an online summit together? What about producing a report of some sort together? What you're doing there, as Robert Cavett said from NSA, is about you growing the pie. How you, let's say if your topic is on self-leadership, if you can get a number of self-leadership leaders and speakers together to write and to talk together and collaborate together in order to grow the topic of self-leadership. It's not self-serving, it's serving the group, it's growing that pie. And that's what I was thinking as I watched and I went around this Nobel Prize Museum and saw all of these incredible inventions that have come up, these ideas that have been generated because of collaboration.
Rebecca Haran from ProfessionalSpeaking.com
and James Taylor from SpeakersU.com.
working together.
Better together.
Better together.
This episode of The Speaker's Life is sponsored by eSpeakers, the innovative platform that connects speakers with event organizers and associations. eSpeakers provides cutting-edge tools that will elevate your online presence, streamline your speaking business, and maximize your exposure in the speaking industry. With over 15 years in the business, 10,000 speakers in their community, and over 20,000 events managed annually, eSpeakers is the preferred choice for top speakers. You can create your own profile on eSpeakers today by going to speakersu.com/eSpeakers.